Hello, Tanya. I know I'm late. I was flossing my teeth. I was eating, I made macaroni salad and I put chicken in it this time instead of turkey. And I'm a little disappointed. But yeah, I had all sorts of stuff up in my teeth. And I'm like, I can't be on here grinning. And y'all be like, oh, girl, you need to floss. We're going to put these on first. What we're doing today, let me say what we're doing today for Replay Crew. Hello, you know you rock. Those who circle back, who came later in the live. Hey, Skinny Queen. Yes, you are back in the house chilling with us. I saw that. I was so excited. We're using Xenon today. And yes, this is just Xenon. This is my refreshed one. And y'all, brand new palettes are so friggin' pretty. So pretty. We're going to do a 1920s Smokey look. And thank you for the hearts. Hey, Janet. And there were variations of Smokey look. Janet, look at my third eye. I have my skincare caboodle here because I didn't do my skincare yet. But you look at my third eye. It's looking good. It's looking good. It helps that I'm light skinned, I guess, because it's pink. But like from a distance, it's like, oh yeah, you can see it there. There were variations of a smoky eye. Some were more graphic, some were not. If I'm not mistaken, and I do have pictures on my laptop, which I have here. I need to plug it in and pull up the picture. I do believe that there is like a graphic line above the brow. I'm not sure. I should just look at the picture, right? I'm not sure if they blocked them off, but we will deal with that. And so we are going to be using our refreshed Xenon today. And I'm excited. I do think we're also going to use this as a shadow base. This was gifted to me because it looks like a knife, and this person loves horror and she likes different types of stuff. And I just recently started using it maybe a month or so ago. And the brand is called Makeup a Murder. Makeup a Murder. And this shade is Cause of Death. And if you can see inside where the liquid eyeshadow is shaped like a knife. You see those ridges right there? This is so friggin' cool. And the PAO is 24 months, which I am glad about because I did just start using it recently and it was given to me in November 2024. So I have a whole nother year to use it and longer if it doesn't turn. So we're gonna, I was telling my first cousin about, we were talking about a lot of things over the weekend. And we were talking about eye patches and other stuff. And she said that she uses eye patches like 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm like, really? Like, I have a lot of them and I don't. This is one of the 4 different ones in a box from Amazon, which was $9.99. And I did check and it's still there. And so the other 3 of the 4 I did try. I did like them, meaning no irritation. Did they work? I don't know, but no irritation is good. And for the price, it is a good price. And so I forget which ones she says she uses, but I told her I would send her like 2 of each to see if she likes them, because for $9.99 for 40 eye patches versus Beauty Bio, which does work, a box of 15 at Ulta is $40. I did get them from QVC. It was 2 boxes plus 3 individual packs for $50. So that was still like buy one get one free almost. But I'm gonna put this on because if I do like these, meaning they don't irritate my lids, I will do my best to remember to use them more frequently. Then they do have expiration. Okay, I don't know. This has aloe vera in it. Aloe vera eye mask is this one. And y'all know me with fragrance. Hello. How are you tonight, or this morning, or today? It's good to see you. The expiration date is April 9th, 2027. These were manufactured April 10th, 2024. So I like how they actually put when it was manufactured and when it actually expires. And it does say EXP period. So I do know, as I said, I like the other ones. I was also looking at it was Janice's live stream when she had put the face mask on, the LED face mask. And it was gifted to her through something. I shouldn't have poured that extra liquid in there because from in the pouch. And so I was looking at it, and it is on eBay for like 40-50 bucks. And I was really looking at it, and then I thought, you know what? I don't even use these eye patches on a regular basis. Am I really going to use the face mask on a regular basis? You know what I mean? And so I'm going to put a pin in that. Maybe for like 6 months from now, I'll put a note in my calendar. Because if I do start using the eye patches 2 or 3 times a week, I'm glad you're doing good. Then maybe I will get the face mask too. I remember I had a face steamer eons ago, and it ended up being a piece of furniture. And I can say I didn't notice any difference in my skin. I was gifted a Gua Sha, and no, I don't. Well, I live. Yes, I live in the country. I live in the United States. And I said, I'm going to do my due diligence. I said, I'm going to use it twice a day, like they say. Use it how they say it for your forehead, your eyebrows, the eye area, this part of your face, and your chin area. And so I used it twice a day for 6 months, the way they said to use it, and I didn't notice a difference at all. None whatsoever. Maybe I just didn't need what it's supposed to do, which is supposed to help like structure your face and all that. Like this didn't get any less, and everything else still looked the same. And I will say my face is a little different now because I'm down about at least, wow. Yeah, I'm down about 15 pounds from when I was using that. And so I can tell the difference in my face, looking a little slimmer, and my contour pops out a little bit more, and even like these lines come out a little bit more. Not lines, but just how, you know, when I smile. I think those gua shas are gimmicky. For some people they do work. I think it depends on what your skin or your face actually needs. But for me, twice a day, 6 months, I did it. I said, I'm gonna use it at least 6 months. Yeah, I didn't see a difference. So I ended up gifting it. I believe I gifted it since it was gifted to me. But yeah, it did not make a difference at all. So like those gemstone rollers, I will say about the rollers though, because they sent me a roller as well. The roller felt good because it was metal, and so it was always very cooling, which I wouldn't like that in the winter months. City Beauty lip oil, but it is very soothing. And when they say how, you know, it'll help reduce like your under eye bags, that's because it's cold. You can do that with a spoon. Even whether you put the spoon in the freezer or not, because it's cold, it's going to restrict the blood vessels, which is what makes the bags look less prominent. And so, you know, but I ain't trying to put it cold. And I did do it a few times with just a spoon sitting out because it's metal. It's going to get cold even in the summertime, but not cold as having it in the freezer. Let me get this. How long did that say? Put this laptop up. What country are you in? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Can I just call you Nat? Because that's the last 3 letters. Because I don't want to mispronounce your name. What country are you in? Thank you for being here too, by the way. Surprisingly, these are not itching because when I opened it, I could smell the aloe vera, and I was just like, yeah, but I'm not feeling anything. 15-20 minutes, so we're at almost 10 minutes now. So we'll say it's been on for 5. So I'm gonna open up the laptop, look at this picture, and then when I take these off, we're gonna do, I think those things are pretty to have, but the effectiveness is subjective. I can say for sure, the Beauty Bio ones work. And the first time I used them in a live stream, and y'all were like, yeah, I can see the difference. And I think it's the colloidal silver, because it does have a brightening property to it. And yeah, those do work. But because they're expensive, I don't use them that often. And when I was away, when I went to the conference and I was rooming with my chosen family big sister, I gave her a pack to try. And she put one on. She said, I'm going to put on one to see if I can see a difference. Yo, she was like, sis, look at this. I'm like, oh. And so I had took like 5 packs with me, so I gave her 3 more, and I sent her the Amazon, no, the eBay link, which last I checked they weren't on there, but she was really excited, and I can say for sure, like they do, the Beauty Bio does work. Lovely makeup. Oh, thank you, thank you. But like these ones, excuse me for smacking, like I don't know. And they each are supposed to do something different. And if for nothing else, just another 10-15 minutes of self-care. Yeah, I don't remember what this one. Aloe vera eye masks. Soothing dry under eye skin, achieve hydration and tightening under eye skin. That's what this top sentence says. But if nothing else, it'll just add moisture. These little circles down here, moisture, antioxidant, anti-aging, and soothe. So if nothing else, that's what it'll do in any of them, because they all have like a serum in it. So moisture, which even just keeping a drier area moisturized, it will help with anti-aging. So that's kind of like antioxidant and soothing. So I can definitely say the moisture, anti-aging, because you're moisturizing an area of skin that's usually drier, and soothing. So if nothing else, those 3 things. I did like the Peter Thomas Roth 24K masks, because it came in a box set, because he has like 4 different ones, 4. But I didn't want to spend the money for them in a jar. It was in a jar similar to this shape, because a lot of the reviews was that they dried out fast, yada yada yada, and so I never purchased that. But those did make a difference as far as brightening my under eye area. But definitely the Beauty Bios I really like. And I'm opening up this picture. So I have 2 different smoky eyes. One is more graphic. I need something that's going to give instant change in dark circles. Instant change, the only thing for that would be concealer or color correction. But as far as like actual skincare stuff, I don't think there's anything that will give you that instant look. For me, I do believe it just comes down to skincare. So one of the looks, and both of them do have the thin brows, and so we will most likely put Contemplative State in my brows just to block them off a little bit, because it's not going to completely block them off. Block them out. And one is just a regular smoky eye, with a thin brow. They both have a very pink blush. One has a black lip and her cupid's bow is accentuated. I could tell she has really thin lips anyway. One has a black lip that's her cupid's bow is accentuated, and the other one just has on, it looks like they outlined in a black lip liner with a red lipstick, but in that one it's just her regular shape. The other eye, the one with the black lip, accentuated cupid's bow, her smoky eye is, all of this up here is really smoky. All of this is really smoky. And then they smoked out just her outer corner, and then it goes grayish in here. So I think I might do that one because it's different than just a regular smoky eye with a smoked out lower lash line, because we do that anyway. So I think that's the one I'm gonna do. Are you gonna go Betty Boop on us? I don't understand. Like in my mind, I'm picturing Betty Boop, but I'm not able to visualize what it looks like, what she looked like. I do remember it, I just don't remember what she looks like. Oh, let me put this on all messages. I'm gonna do the intro. Yeah, I had a moment. I don't know what's happening. Let me do the intro. What I was thinking about, is I'll probably use Watermelon Bliss because it's a red blush, and maybe also Acai Sky because both of those will pop. And I do go lightly because they are really dark. Yo, look at this. This is that, I just put lotion on, so that's why you see fingerprints, which I don't care about fingerprints. This is one of the YouTube swags. And I thought I wasn't going to use it But I do, excuse me for smacking, and I think it's 17 ounces. And so I'll make tea and I'll put it in the cup that the guy had gave me, my cousin's father-in-law that passed away, the one I scared at Christmas with my Grinch look. When I make the hot tea in there, black tea bag and sugar, because that can hold, because I don't want it to stay hot. So I put it in there, and then when it cools off, I pour it in here, because that's like 18 ounces and this is 17 ounces. So then I'll pour it in here and drink from here. But yeah, I love practical swag. Just like I know I always say it. This little notebook with the pen, YouTube swag. The whiteboard I still haven't used, and the light I still haven't used. But these right here, I use the blanket all the time. I have that throw blanket and another one on my sofa at all times. So let's do the intro. Hey, Joe. Weren't you here? Okay, yeah, because yours was the first comment. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's right. Hey, beautiful Joe. Excuse me. Yeah, it was very practical. Because y'all know I don't like clutter. I don't like stuff that looks junky or messy. But stuff that I will actually use, yes, please, and thank you. The whiteboard is good, but I have nowhere to put it. And even the light. I don't have any tables back here to like put the light. And the light is cute, but that tumbler, this notepad and pen, and that blanket. Do the intro. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion, and I call this the crazy trollation of people. Girl. Well, we are people. I call this the crazy trollation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Hey, Grace. The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards, which I heard through these YouTube screeds is going to be one of the changes next year in the beauty sphere, is that people are going to just wear what they want to wear. I thought that was kind of ironic. We trendsetters, y'all. So the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards, is wearing whatever you want to, using whatever tools, using whatever techniques, just because you want to, because you set the standard for your makeup. You decide what you like for yourself. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So, 2 things about me, for those who don't know, and all of you in here right now do know. I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of him to say, excuse me. Sometimes I'm not aware. And then when I watch it back, once it's aired on YouTube, I'm like, girl, you didn't feel or hear Bruce in your throat. No, I did not. So excuse me ahead of time if you hear something. I don't excuse him or myself. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of... I thought it was funny, and I also thought it was a shame. I thought it was funny because I'm like, we do what we want to do anyway. And I thought it was a shame that there needs to be a movement or a trend that tells people it's okay to wear what you want to. That part I felt was a shame. It's like you need permission to just be who you are. So on one hand, it was funny, like, we've been doing that. We've been just doing what we want to and rocking it. But we do know there are some people who do stick with the trends, and that's why we see a lot of the same looks, especially when a new palette launches. We see a lot of the same looks because people are doing the same thing. And so in that sense, it's a shame that it seems some people may need permission to do what they want to do with the makeup they pay for out of their money. And at the same time, it's just like, we've been doing that. You ain't telling us nothing. The part of her video that I really thought that Grace and Dawn would appreciate is she spoke briefly about another thing that's going to change, which Grace already does it anyway, and she does videos on it, about fragrance and layering, like just buying different fragrances and just, layering them to what you like, and then that'll be your signature fragrance, like just mixing up whatever you want to mix up. And then I'm still like, people already do that. And there's other videos about fragrance, which I don't watch a lot because I don't wear fragrance, that people are just, okay, layer this with this will go with that type of thing. And so that's going to be something new that they're saying for 2026. What is this whole 2026 is 2015? This is a do what you did 10 years ago. It's just like, seriously, y'all, Yeah, so they're saying layering fragrances is going to be a change in the beauty community 2026. I'm like, people already do that. Grace does it all the time. She has videos, layer this with this and this and that. And other people videos. My favorite fragrance layering combo for the summer, whatever. I've seen videos, well, the thumbnails, so I didn't watch the videos. But I'm just like, so it's funny in a way, but it's also a shame that people need for, well, I don't know if they really do, but oh, this is in this year. I could wear what I want. What? Dr. Dennis Gross Triple Correction Eye Serum. This is my wake up routine stuff. So it's and sometimes I wonder if it's because I'm older. The older I get, the more I'm just like, I'm gonna just be me, like fuck it. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. Also being older, it's just like, who are you to tell me what to do? Like, I'm grown. I just realized I didn't brush my hair. It's been a few days since I cut it. Like, maybe, when did I cut it? But yeah, it's noticeable that I need to brush it. This is the time when I'm like, I need to brush it. The first few days after cutting it, I don't brush it. I forget. And then when I look at it, I'm like, it ain't moving. It ain't going nowhere. So my hair does seem to grow pretty quick because I can see where it's not going in the same direction, which means it is growing. I don't remember how I wore makeup yesterday. ABH is re-promoting. Really? Modern Renaissance. That was the polarizing one, right? But some people really liked it and some people hated it. Well, I'm not gonna say hate because that's a strong word, and I don't like to use that word because it's a strong word. But is that the one where some people really loved it and other people were like, this is trash? Is that the one? I do know I'm not buying it. I did like Fall Romance, but the other ones I had, like, they just weren't doing it for me. And then that mermaid palette. Got a red bump. That's always something somewhere in my face. Subculture, you're right. It was Subculture. So, excuse me if you heard Bruce in my throat. I resigned to the fact that I'm not going to purchase from ABH. Because it just doesn't do it for me. I really do feel like I'm locked into what my aesthetic is, with a few exceptions. Like some of these Natasha Denonas aren't really my thing either, but I do really like her formula and I know it's going to work for me. I told y'all the first thing I put on and nothing else that I put on. This Olay serum that they don't wear anymore. They don't make this anymore. This expensive ass Peter vitamin C serum. Fill and Repair Serum from Dennis. The eye serum from the same line from Dennis. And the face moisturizer from that same line. Fill and Repair. I don't know if it works. I don't know. And I have still been putting on the lady at Ulta, my birthday month gift freebie. She's like, oh, it's the moisturizer. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it. Because I do know I like some Your Red products and some I don't. I get in the car and I look at it. This is not a moisturizer. This is Rapid Dark Spot Correcting Serum. So I've been putting it here. This has been here since I was a teenager. I've been putting it here because this was really dark. And I do want to say it's lightening it some. And I have been putting on, but I can't say for sure. I've been using it once a day. I've been putting this area because there is no hair here, but there is like a permanent shadow. Looking at an old picture, me and my first cousin were looking at old pictures. And a picture of me, my mom, and my sister back when all three of us had the Jerry curl, because my mom didn't know what to do with our hair, and Jerry curls came out. Yo, my mom, hers is darker than this. I'm like, that's where I get that from. This is genetics right here. I was like, that's where I get it from. And my sister too, all three of us, we had this thing. I'm like, I got that from my mama. Just like my nose is from my daddy. This is from my mama. I was just like, oh my word. I'm like, that's where that came from. So it was really interesting looking back at pictures and seeing like what features were from what parent. But oh yeah, brush my hair. A little ASMR for y'all. I bought it and took it back. The formula through people. You talking about subculture? Because I remember some people loved it and other people were like, trash. Nope, I returned it. I gave it away. I tossed it. So you see how now it's kind of laying where like before it wasn't. And it's weird because I don't have that much hair anyway. But even just to notice it, well, I noticed it. It's like, okay, this does its own thing. It's a permanent part. And when I try and brush it this way, these hairs right here don't want to go that way. They just want to come this way. So when I try to make it do something different, it don't. And trying to brush these back, it just creates more of a part. So like this right here, it just wants to do its own thing. And I do have a cowlick like somewhere in here where it's just a swirl. No matter what I do, it's just a swirl. But everything I like, all of this over here is cool. Just this is like a I don't know where that came from. All right, so let's get in with this little Ulta birthday gifts used to be good, now they suck. I stopped bothering to get it. I got a Benefit boudoir, handheld mirror, and a Violet Voss 10-pin exclusive palette, and then after that sucked. Hey Dawn, I was talking about a lot of stuff in the last 26 minutes. Jen's video that I put on my community tab, I think I did mention that she did talk about layering fragrances, because I was just like, people be doing this already. I'm not going to go through that whole thing again. I'm looking now for Watermelon Bliss and Acai Sky. I pulled out medium level 7 and deep level 9 for bronzers. I'm going to just go golden pyrite with highlighter, because I don't see any predominant highlighter on either of them. And so we're also going to take Luminous Light. Take this out. Excuse me. Oh, that was a good one. Pretty girl. Even though that wasn't a belch. Yo, somebody was cracking on me the other day. I had a house guest. We have these. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything out so I don't need to move my laptop again. Y'all, Bruce was acting up. Bruce was doing the most. To the point that my house guest at one point said, they looked at me dead in my eye and was like, you just hiccuping and burping over there. Are you okay? I was just like, damn. I said, I'm as okay as I ever am. Yeah, they looked at me like, are you okay? So the only difference, I can't even say I see a difference under eye because then I put all the eye stuff under there. We're going to use this brown because I'm not able to use a black. So we're going to do this inner rims and lower lash line. I have not used this on my lower lash line. The Gene Simmons look, it was not that difficult to get all the inglot off like I kept saying it was going to be. Yeah, y'all, like, don't poke yourself in the eye with that because this is a fake knife. The hardest part of the inglot was getting it out of my eyebrows because it was caught in my hairs. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. And maybe because I kept talking about how bad it was going to be, that it wasn't that bad. So that was really cool. I did use two Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. This is the beauty cream. No, it's not, the brightening eye cream from City Beauty. So it wasn't challenging. I did use 2 wipes though, and each time I did spray my face with the Scandinavia makeup remover spray or removal spray. I forget which one it is. But I guess I'm not much of a foundation mix or a fragrance layerer. Excuse me, I will layer different formulas, the same fragrance. Yeah, and y'all know I don't wear any because my skin is like, girl, why? Like, no, we're going to have you sneezing and irritated all day. And so, that's what. But yeah, I think it's a shame and funny at the same time. Remember when I did that video, y'all, and I was talking about, excuse me, that I was going to give some brushes away, those Sigma brushes. And These three Sigma brushes. The Sigma, the one for powder and the one for foundation, the F08 and the F48. And I was going to give these away. I decided to keep these because my giveaways don't go well. And I know Grace loves Sigma. So I asked if she would like the foundation and the powder. When she said yes, I'm going to send those to her. And that Blend Bunny brush, I put that in my travel makeup brush kit. And so, but I still have a few. I have those two crease brushes from Scott, and I did have these three over there as well. When I ran low on brushes, because I hadn't washed brushes in like 3 days, I was reaching for these and also this one. And so I said, you know what? When I run low, I'll just use these ones. And I did keep one here, and I had 3 to give away. What did I have all 4? But I'm keeping those 2 because I may use them at some point if I run out of brushes. Because y'all know I don't. I may reuse a powder brush, but for other stuff, for eyeshadow, I don't reuse until they're washed. Hey, K New York for life. Hey. Y'all, why my house guests? K New York gave me a flashback. Y'all know I be reminiscing when I be talking to y'all. Why does this brush feel so hard? This feels like really hard. This must be one of the ones that had that oil paint on it. But I did wash them. And when they dry, I do... Oh, this is hard too. I do fluff them out before I use them. Maybe I didn't fluff them out before I put them away. Because this one was hard too until I started bending it. Don't let you conceal way too long. I did it. Usually I don't let it sit that long. I don't know what I was just now doing. I like to let it sit maybe like 20 seconds or so because it does seem to give more opacity to it. It doesn't shear it out as quick as when I do it like right away. But I do like how this looks though. I don't like my under eye brightened because it's not naturally that way, and I know that that's not what it looks like. Yeah, I think those were the ones that... Oh, don't fall. Had the oil paint on there from Jean Simmons look. Yeah, so this one is soft. Excuse me. That one is soft. Soft, 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 soft. Yeah, so it was only those 2, which is weird. Maybe I didn't fluff those 2. Excuse me. Stephanie, hi. Have you been here before? Your name looks familiar to me, but then I'm not sure because I know there's another Stephanie, but there's always another somebody because we're up to like 4 Michelles that rotate in and out of our live streams. You prefer natural and I too. Yeah, me too, because just cover up the darkness a little bit. But this to me looks more natural than if it was like bright, 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 bright to me. When I had used that... I did try the new 4in concealer from Estee Lauder. Excuse me for smacking. I don't like it. It was brightening. I'm like, I don't want that. Like, why have it the same number and letter if it don't look the same? You know what I'm saying? I took it back. And the PAO was 6 months. The previous one was 24 months. And I did used to use it all because I had 2 years to use it. This is primer. And it seems like no matter what I do in this area, by the time I put powder and everything on it, it still looks like it looks. Which is like, why do I even bother still doing all the other stuff? I don't know. Oh, you know what I was doing too? Putting contemplative state on it. And then foundation. And then Natasha NY12. Yeah, so, and even using different color correcting things, it just will not be denied. Like, it's like, no, we're going to be here. So from back here, the CED thing that Janessa talks about, cosmetic effects of distance or darkness or something, it will not be denied. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you don't think so? Well, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you spoke because I do usually remember seeing someone's name And so when they come back, I'm like, oh, like I just did with you, like, oh, here we are. Because a lot of times people just come in and they lurk and then they leave. Because I see the numbers go up and down for the number of people here. But I do really like chatting with y'all. And to say, I appreciate you being here. Right, let me get this third eye right here. Right here. I am just so pleased with how that's been healing. I have been putting Vaseline on it and that dark spot, even though it's not even dark anymore, so I don't even need to use that anymore for hair because it's not dark. But it may be psychosomatic, but I do think it is working over here, though. I do think so. But if there are lines, be sure. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, there's going to be, yeah. Because even now, because I like to smile and I'm goofy, look at my window wrinkles. And so when I relax it, it's not as noticeable now. But once I have powder on, it's more noticeable that there's creasing on my under eye area. And so this is how to prevent your wrinkles from creasing. If you got wrinkles, eventually they're going to crease. They may look real good 10, 20, 30 minutes after the look. But after you start, hey girl, what's that? What? Oh girl, after all that, it's going to crease. It's going to crease. And it's natural. And I don't mind it. The NY12. So it's not as dark, but by the time I put powder on, it's going to be just like it was before. So I'm like, why do I even do all this stuff? I do think it makes it a little bit lighter, but I can still see that it's there, which is okay for me because y'all know I'm a natural troll. About the birthday things, yeah, the birthday gifts, I realized when I was unpacking that Marc Jacobs, that was a gift we purchased from Sephora. The Sephora bag, back in the day, Sephora was giving good bags. That plastic bag was a gift with purchase. I still have 2 other Sephora bags that were gift with purchase. That little MAC silver bag that I keep liners in, that was a gift with purchase from MAC. Y'all, I be keeping bags. And so this right here, to me, it looks okay. Put this powder on it, it's going to be like, girl, why'd you put that stuff on? It didn't make a difference. I'm going to be like, I know. So yes, put on the powder. Yeah, so when they say all of that, all the claims for stuff, let's be realistic here. I use a small brush for here because then I can even out the wrinkles. But give it a good 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be like, girl. And I don't even care because it's natural. I like to laugh. I like to act silly. I like to act goofy. I don't need that for that. And I am in my mid-50s. So what? Yeah, they used to have really good gifts for birthday. Sephora, I already know. Just, get my 250 points. What I think is a shame is that you cannot get it online unless you buy something. I'm like, I ain't buying nothing for free 250 points, excuse me. So I'll go into the store and I pass the turn to Ulta to get to the mall where Sephora is. And so I went to Ulta, got that. And it's a shame that she didn't even know what it was. Oh yeah, there's a moisturizer, girl. It's a dark spot corrector serum. Like I was looking at it in the car like, how you gonna tell me what something is and that ain't what it is and you work there? Like you But anyway, and then I went to Sephora, waited in this long ass line. I'm like, I'm here for my birthday thing. And they said, no, I just take the points. Like, I already know. I don't even let them finish the sentence, which is rude because I be cutting them off mid-sentence. I'm like, I'll just take the points. But you can't get your stuff online without making a purchase. Whether you want the actual physical gift, you have to make a purchase. Or if you just want the 250 points, you have to make a purchase. I'm like, so you're going to charge me? I'm going to have to buy something to get something for free? No, you less than 10 minutes away. I'll just go to the damn store. And because they're close together, that helps too. I know that Janessa travels because she doesn't have a local Sephora. But you're gonna give me some free little trinket, and I gotta make a purchase of at least $25, whatever. So what you're telling me is that this ain't worth shit. If I gotta spend $25 to get this little trinket, so that must be free, huh? Well, it is free, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have any monetary value, is what I'm saying. Sephora gets fell off too. And I remember back in the day, Tanya, they would like every few months they would have like an exclusive event. And of course I'm thinking it was the top tier. They would have an exclusive event. Only so many people were allowed in the store at a time. You had to wait in line, and they had one of them. You would have thought it was like VIP going to a concert. How they have that little what they call that thing? It's a barrier thing. Oh gosh, you all know me. I don't even know what to call it. But it was like a I don't want to say it was roped off because it wasn't rope. But they had them things there, so you had to wait in line, and when you got up to the front, they ask you for your number or whatever, and they look up, make sure that you're whatever level you need to be on, and you go into the store, and you can just browse around. Of course, extra employees were there, so you had like one-on-one personal attention. They had alcoholic drinks in little tiny cups, and it always happened that whoever was in front of me or behind me in line, we would start chit-chatting. And so when I would see them in the store, well, we would end up going in together too. I would say, if you drink alcohol, you can have my drink. And they'd be like, oh, okay. And so I would always say, is it really alcohol in there? And she'd be like, yeah, I can actually really taste it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I would always give my drink away. But yeah, and then you would get the free little gifts and trinkets and all of that. And, discounts, personalized attention. And that's when they would give out those free bags. And them bags was nice. I was not mad about the bags because I will use a bag. As y'all see, I have so many bags. A couple of y'all were like, you are so organized. I am a bag lady. I want everything to have a home. Put everything in its place. I don't like clutter. This is a different color from the first one. Now we're going to go to the blush type color. They started taking us for granted. And that is okay because I will go over to Ulta. Ulta don't do free bags, but I do love their point system. I'm waiting for House Labs to go over to Ulta. Not that I need to purchase any more blushes, bronzers, or highlighters from House Labs. But there's a couple brands that's going over to House Labs. Excuse me. So I think they have to do so much time at Sephora. I'm thinking it's some type of contractual thing. But so hopefully by the time I do get around to getting more bronzers, highlighters, or what's the word? Blush, bronzer, highlighters, and they will be at Ulta. Stay away from the House Labs brow pencil garbage. I saw that Fenty has a new eyeliner out, and I'm not sure about it because her last ones, I'm looking at this area right here. Her last ones, this is deep level 9. Her last ones my eyes didn't like. It irritated my eyes. So I don't know if I want to try these. And y'all saw how many eyeliners I have for inner room, excuse me for smacking, and lower lash line. So it's like I don't, excuse me, right at my throat. So I don't really, not that, I don't believe makeup's a need anyway, but I really do not, like I am not hurting for deep level 9. No, medium level 7. This one is, I was wondering if I wanted to give it away, but then I thought if I was going to give it away, I should have gave it away before I started using it. And this one I opened earlier this year because I refreshed a lot of stuff. And y'all saw the big hole that was in the other one. Because then I'm like, if I was going to give it away, I should have just gave it away before I used it and when I still had the box. But here we are. Watermelon, but Acai Sky first, that's the darker of the two. Hey Beverly, how are you? Do you have a sister named Michelle? Because that's the last name of someone else that comes into the chat, spelled the same way as yours too. No, it's not. I'm lying. No, theirs is Canes, not Gaines. Okay, scratch that. People buying straight from the brands, bypassing Sephora and Ulta. Yeah, the Velvet Rope. Thank you, Tanya. Around October, November, December, brand websites do, like, if you only trying to do 20% a size sky, that Ulta, I mean, that Sephora gives, a lot of these brands, you can easily get that. And their point system, if you shop at that brand a lot, is a lot better than Sephora, in my opinion. But I don't shop at any one brand enough for it to be lucrative for me to do that. But yeah, if people are just wanting 20%, you can get that from brand websites. And sometimes they do free gift with purchase. If the Fenty eyeliner was free gift with purchase with something, I would try it. But I do not want to buy it because I have enough. Y'all know I got enough gel pencil eyeliners. I am curious about it only because I really like her foundation. And that's the only thing I have from her. Eye primer and a brow pencil on mine. And those are staple products for me. So I do want to try it, but I want to pay for it. And it looks hard. But I'm sure if you use it, it'll get soft. It'll soften up. Yeah, so Watermelon Bliss. I'm going to put this here. So we stopped the size sky like here. And so we're going to put Watermelon Bliss. This is going to give that gradient that I love. Look at that. Look at that. So even though both of these are hella bright, well, I should say this is like hella bold, dark, and this is bright. I didn't get these for the longest time, excuse me for that loud snap, because I was just like, girl, you are, according to Casper at Sephora, my skin is very fair. So, but I really like the colors, and I said I could make it work, just go in with a light hand. And so that's what I do. I tap like twice, and there is no tap off. So that's why I never even tap off, because nothing ever comes off. So we took a size sky to here, and then from here to here, Watermelon Bliss. And so both of these looks, the blush is very prominent. One, she looks yellow. She looks like a pale yellow. The other one is just pasty white. And so, but to get that blush look that they have, I did have to go a little bold. So that's why we got these colors. Then we want to take Golden Pyrite, because I can't see their highlighter, but I'm imagining they have highlighter on. Did they have highlighter back in the 1920s? Yeah, it does look thick, and it looks, I mean, it doesn't look, like even looking at this one, and yes, I have been using it, how it's round, it looks like it's just flat at the top, and you see the edges. It's like the shape of this, but it looks, I don't know, it just doesn't, it looks like it would be uncomfortable, but then after you use it, you know, it'll take on a new shape. But I was just like, like, I don't know. Now I'm going to take, y'all like, girl, Luminous Light from Hourglass. And I'm going to put this all over, including under the eye. So this will give us some brightening as well. Using this palette for this look is taking me back to when I first got my first Xenon, because I did 5 looks with it before I switched it out. And so I was doing graphic looks, just trying to get something different. And I would always laugh when people say, oh, I only get 2 looks out of that palette. I'm like, you got to do something new. You gotta do something new, get out your comfort zone. And so I liked it because y'all see I'm not putting it directly on my nose, because the light follows my nose anyway. Look at the tip of my nose. That ball is like, hey. So I don't even put on my nose, because you can see it anyway. Big ass nose. So Scandinavia spray. Then we're gonna get into this eye look. So that's why I like it, because it does challenge me to do something different. I got that in my throat. Pierre, how are you? Welcome back. It's always good to see familiar faces as well as new faces. All right, so for those who came in later, we're going to do a 1920s Smokey look. That spray got in my mouth. And we're going to use our Xenon palette because it's a smoky look. In both the looks, the eyeshadow just looks gray and black. So I'm like, what better than to break out our new, excuse me for those glares, our refreshed Xenon. Even though this one I do believe says that it's a black. These two are definitely blues, but this to me looks blue based as well. But that's what we're going to use. So we're going to, do I want to, let's do the brow first. I didn't put primer or anything in my brow. Do I want to? I'm going to take a little bit of primer. Just a little dot. Yeah, they used to have some good stuff back in the day. Like good free gifts for purchase. So we're going to... Why did I put face primer up here? I could have just used eye primer up here. Let it be known I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, why did I do that? I'm going to take this Sigma brush. I was assaulted by the last face sprays I used. The Fenty Do Mister. I really liked that one. I really did. But once I rekindled my love for the Scandinavia, and I remember liking Scandinavia back in the day, and I don't know why I stopped using it. But I do remember liking the Fenty one. There was another one that I liked too. I don't remember what it was though. The milk one was okay. But this one for me does really lock in. And there is a difference between finishing sprays and setting sprays. And so that's what drew me back to Scandinavia as well. Because it's a finishing spray. It finishes your makeup. It sets it and it finishes. Whereas something that's just a setting spray, because being real, you can use water to set your makeup because you're just adding moisture to your face to tone down the look of what may be powdery on your face from the powder products you use. A finishing spray, it helps lock stuff in. That's the difference. And they do have a little clip on their website. Y'all, one of the hazards of having my undertone... Why that look green on my eyebrows? Maybe I'll put... I don't think this is going to do it either. Let's see. Let's see. This is groundwork. This is what I put on top of the eye primer on my lid. This ain't saying nothing for this up here. Yeah, I used to love that spray. Well, not love it. I really liked it. I love the Scandinavia ones, the Scandinavia sprays. Yeah, this. Listen to White Shower. Hey, Sons of Ray. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wait a minute. Where my boo at? Where my boo thing at? Hey, what? I done gave you a nickname, my boo thing. Inner realms, lower lash line. I appreciate it, Sons of Ray. I say all the time, we are a multitasking bunch. Our life does not stop when somebody uploads a video or does a live stream, and I don't expect life to stop. And even with texting, which I much prefer to talking on the phone, because I get bored talking on the phone, and I end up multitasking anyway. People are like, oh, I'm sorry for the delay response. I'm like, it's a text message. It'll be here when you get to it. Like, I don't expect people to live on their phones, and I appreciate when they don't live life on their phone. As the young folks say, go touch grass. Get off your digitals and go outside in reality, not digital reality, like physical reality. But you'd be surprised, maybe not, how many people will apologize because it might be 2 hours after a message. Oh, I'm sorry for the delayed response. I didn't notice the delay. You know why? Because just like you was busy, I was busy. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Yeah, I'm like, I didn't notice the delay. I mean, it's not like I text somebody and then I'm sitting there holding the phone waiting for the reply. No, I text, put the phone down and do stuff. But a lot of people say that. Oh, I'm sorry for the delay. I didn't notice. Like, there's nothing to be sorry for that you live a life not on your phone. You know what I'm saying? How long is too long to respond to a text? Does it matter the relationship to the person? Hey, KK. K, I am so excited for you. I am so glad that worked out. You was acting up in your life last night, Kate. Oh my gosh. I loved it though. I loved it. Because a lot of times stuff when YouTube acts up or people do stuff, usually it don't work out. And I was like, I was rooting. We were all rooting for you. In my Tyra Banks whiny voice. But I was so glad to see you on live last night. I said, superstar cannot be denied. I'm putting you on the big screen where you belong. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Tonight we're doing a Smokey 1920s look. I don't know. I never thought about it. Because I really don't pay attention. Like I never... Because sometimes I'll send a text and forget about it. And even if they text the next day, I got to look back to see what my text was because I don't even remember. This Jake Swan. Hey, Jake Swan. What am I saying? Oh, Swan. I'm so sorry. Jake Swan. So if we're going to put this on, do I still want to put this on? Do I want to do the brow first? Let me get out Black Mirror from MAC. This Jake Swan, the Jake Swan. Don't get it twisted, people. What if you're in a convo and then you don't respond the next day? Usually convos are like pretty quick, like back to back, back to back, back to back. And then it's like, okay, chat later, all right, bye. And that's the end of that. So there is no waiting for that. But I seldom have those conversations where it is like, okay, they didn't respond in 30 seconds. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody else might have an answer. Because I kind of don't have an answer. We're going to use this brush. Do I want to use... Because it's just a thin line. It's not even thick like the brush we just used. I'm going to use this one. This came from that... what Janessa called that white label bullshit. That kit. Yeah, the convo... If it's a convo, we both know it's a conversation. And it's just not, you know... something that's not time sensitive. And for me, if it's time sensitive, that's when you call me. Texting to me is just, you know, just touching base, keeping in touch, just letting you know I'm thinking about you or whatever. And honestly, those are the only phone calls that I actually really like. Number one, if we haven't talked in a long time. And usually it's a text that comes first, like, hey, do you have time to talk? And then it's either yes or no, or, you know, tonight will be better. Or, you know, tomorrow such and such time. Or like if we're supposed to go somewhere, meet up somewhere, if you're running late, you call me because I may not be near my phone to see the text that you're running late. So for me, phone calls are just quick touch base, plans changed or whatever. Whereas I said you haven't talked to somebody for a while, or a situation happened and they want to process, or I want to process. But then, as I said, it's always, hey, do you have, you know, the mental energy and time tonight for a phone call? And either it's yes or no. And if it's no, then we plan a phone call. And half of my text messages, I don't remember because I'll be in a wake up. And I know I said I was going to stop doing that this year or do it less. I'm failing at it, y'all. Even when I'm replying back to comments on videos, that's during a wake up. If you see me in Janessa's live stream, that's during a wake up. And I'll look back and be like, what did I say? So this is going to be our brows. I admit, I don't like you can see the color underneath, but it is what it is because there's hair there. I've gotten in a bad habit of not even checking text daily, and then I'll see a friend or fam text me, and I'll respond a day or two later after you've seen it. That's fine. You live a life. You live a life off social media, off your phone. And also, if it was something really important, excuse me, why wouldn't they call? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if it's a text, it's not time sensitive. I don't think, my mind, but y'all know my mind can be a scary place. So we're going to do the one where everything is smoky and it's smoked out under here. And black lip, of course, we're going to use the MAC for that. MAC for that. And because the other one's just a regular basic smoky eye. So I'm wondering, like, I was like, why was that well, you know what? Back then it was a trend. But now there's smoky eyes everywhere. So that's what it was. And maybe that's why I was like, why is that a thing? Back then it was a thing. Whereas now it's not. So I'm going to go with the other one. And of course the black lip, which I could do whatever lip. I'm going to change next Monday's live stream because I put it to do that Instagram collab. And I put Michelle's, excuse me, I heard Bruce in my throat. To do Michelle's Circle Loco Palette Bingo on Tuesday. But because it picked one purple and like 3 blues, I'm like, I could use that look for the monochromatic collab for Instagram. And so Monday is not going to be for the collab. We're going to use Michelle's look for the collab. I'm not going to put groundwork on like I usually do. We're going to use Makeup a Murder. Oh, you're welcome, Kay. I was really excited. I was just like, because a lot of stuff don't be working out. I'm gonna do this one eye at a time because I really don't remember like how it performed. I do remember it sheared out quite a bit, and I was like, oh, but this is a nice base. This is nice. I don't know if I should have put this down here, but we're gonna cover it up. And it does go like right up under her brow. I think it's gonna crease, but we're gonna put shadow over it, of course. I was saying something, I forgot that quick. Yeah, I'm not a phone person. Because I get bored. And then I'm multitasking, so you're not getting my full attention, like not at all. Thank you, Nat. So, yeah, just sitting there holding the phone listening. It's like, call me if plans change or if it's an emergency. Or we hadn't talked in like a year. And I do know that some people are phone people. And I know people who, like this one person I knew in particular, and maybe it was a mother-daughter thing. Her and her mom would talk on the phone like 5-6 times a day. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what's happening that you need to... And it would just be little frivolous stuff like, oh, yeah, I'm at this store. Oh, well, what are you getting? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get this brand of peas. And, you know, so it would be like little, to me, insignificant stuff. Like, just like shooting the shit type of stuff. And so I'm just like, why are you, like, what are y'all talking about 5-6 times a day on the phone? And that's because I don't do that. And so, but I do know other people too, you know, they do talk on the phone on a regular basis. But if it's like 5-6 times a day, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, just say everything at one time in one conversation. But that's because of where I am with it. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, because people have different communication styles. My style is straight, direct, to the point. Just the facts, man. Just the facts. I don't like chit chat. I despise chit chat. And so that's part of it too. Hey, how are you? You already know how I'm doing. Like what? Like I just and my life is pretty routine. So it ain't nothing happening. In the beauty board, they have, these surveys, updates, and I'm like, I am still doing my best to maintain a peaceful and mundane life. And it's always at least one person that comments, that sounds so wonderful. A peaceful, mundane life. And not much changes in my world. Like little stuff here and there, but like nothing monumental. And when it is, y'all do hear about it. So this is the shape of the dramatic. It's like black all up here and the outer corner, which I thought was different because most Smokey looks, they don't bring it underneath. This is nice. And I was wishing I had started using it sooner, but it still has a year till it reaches the PAO. And if it doesn't irritate my eyes, I will still use it after that. So that is that. We're going to get into this palette. We did a lot to get to this palette. But that used to be, it's just sitting up at night holding the phone, not even talking to you, bro. I never had those times. I was trying to survive. Like, yeah, I never had those moments. And I know they were a thing. I know it was a thing. But y'all know how, my teenage years were. I was in survival mode and I was couch surfing, so it ain't no way I'm chilling on somebody's couch sitting on the phone. y'all know, if y'all been here, y'all already know what was going on. But yeah, I was never a phone person. We're gonna take Nice Guy because it says that it's the black. But I don't think to me it still looks blue based. And even on my lip, to me that y'all look at that. How the hell are they saying this is a black? And this is the only one out of the 3 that says it's a black. Look at that. That shit is blue. I'm gonna switch to that hourglass brush. I do remember my previous one that actually sold in my Macari store, and it had retrograde shades in it. That one, I will say, it did look more black than this, and maybe because I used it for a while. But this Johnny says a blue. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a different batch because the other one did look black. We're taking the same color, hourglass number 3, since we're doing a large part of the lid. Sucker look blue as hell. And this is creasing that liquid shadow. They had other colors too. She saw it on Instagram. Was it Instagram? I think she said she saw it on TikTok or something. And she was like, I never purchased off TikTok, but I saw that and I know you and your blacks. And so she got it for me. And she be the first one to tell you, quote, I don't give a shit about makeup, end quote. And so when she gave this to me, like, that was so special because she don't give a shit about makeup. And it's like how you enjoy something that somebody doesn't, but they still, respect that that's you and they appreciate that about you. And they what's the word? They celebrate it with you. Because I'll use me as an example like I usually do. I don't wear fragrance. That is a gift you will never get from me, is fragrance. It's over her to not give a shit about makeup and to buy me makeup and a black shadow at that because she knows I really like black. I'm like, that's special. So maybe I should send somebody a fragrance. I don't know. This is blue. This... The hell you say? Alexandra just got home, excuse me for smacking. How is he today? Oh, I'm glad he had dinner. Wow. I'm still sending you good vibes because that's rough. That is rough. I'm gonna switch brushes again. Actually, I'm gonna go back to this first brush. Yeah, I used to do hospice too. I used to help with my grandmother, and then the friend that lived around the corner, well, she was like 5 minutes away, and then she moved down south. I used to do hospice for her when her dad was here. Yeah. I got sad because, well, I'm not going to say anything, but because I don't want to bring anybody else down. But I am sending you good vibes, Alexandria. Hospice is rough. Emotionally rough. I'm going to switch brushes again. I'm actually going to take this brush because we're going to do in here. Same color. You in the bushes just listening? We know you be preparing for your live. That's okay. I'm glad he ate today. We're bringing this down. I didn't put any extra primer down here. Yeah, so hers just kind of stops right here. Which I don't like that look, but this is her look. I'm thankful for this. But yes, we are here for you. We do support each other. Yeah. And I appreciate that you share, because that's not an easy thing. You know, sharing, you know, something personal is going on in your life with people you just know from the internet. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about the Crazy Troll Nation. Like, we be getting down and dirty in here. You know, we are like a family. Might be rivaling siblings sometimes. I mean, but we share and we support. And I really appreciate that. This honestly is the look, but I'm gonna I think I'm gonna take one of these grays and put up there. You know what? I could carry this look over for when, because 1 week for that collab, it's like silver, gray, or black. It's like you pick one shade. This would go for that. Now remember when Chick did my face and it was so much fallout? She was like, "Can you wipe all of that off?" I said no, and she looked at me. I said no, I can't. And I just put on more foundation, covered it up, it looked perfect. And she was saying, well, anytime you deal with dark colors, you're going to have a lot of fallout. I'm like, says who? Where? Huh? It's either the brush you're using or your technique. I'm like, I have never in my life had that much fallout on my face. Can you wipe it off? We don't scrap looks here. And she's like, well, yeah, you piled on foundation. I said, you say it like that, like it's a bad thing. I said, does it look like it's too much foundation? No. Does it look cakey? No. So why keep exaggerating, piling it on? I said, why even like say it all dramatic like that? If it looks good, it looks like my skin, it doesn't look cakey. Just say, it looks like you put on a lot, but it looks good. Just say that. So every time I ask her a question, do it look cakey? No. Does it look natural? Yes. Okay, so what's the problem? This look crazy. It'll look better when I blend out the edges. Yeah, I don't have no... Can you wipe that off? No. And she looked at me. I said, no, seriously, no. Put foundation over it, look perfect. I remember y'all when... I think I'm going to use another brush like this. This is the Esom V31. This is the one we just used to work in a gray up there. Because this is the brush I always go to just to blend out that top line. I'm thinking, okay. When she had said to me, ooh, I kind of want to do this. Y'all, this is looking so friggin' blue. Like, what the hell? And in the pan, this and this does look black. But in person, like this is what I see looking at it where you are. These are blue based. But in person, this one does look black as well as this one. And it kind of looks black in here, but this shit is blue. So I'm trying to think of what to put up here and to blend. I kind of want to do this one and then maybe put this on top of it, even though these are metallics though. This makes me look a little dusty, that shade. I do remember that from before. And this one is a lighter version of this one. We're going to, oh gosh, we're going to take this one. This one is Cygnus. This is Night Sky. But I don't, Gonna send some bougie lashes for this look. Gonna need some. No. And because the looks are so black and so smoky, I'm sure they are wearing lashes, but I don't see the lashes because everything is just black. Except for me, it's blue. We're gonna, damn it. We're gonna start with this one and just see what this looks. No, we're not. We're gonna take Cygnus. This one here. I should just go into another palette for. Let me see. I was thinking of the Esums, but no. 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 Okay, so we'll just put one of these shades on there. Oh, wait a minute. Love of my life. Thank you, Tina, for your opinion. I tend to wear makeup that I like. And so it feels really freeing not to need validation or want validation or somebody else's opinion, because that's all it is an opinion and a preference. But thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Consider joining the membership. Membership here, you get to make a request. So if you join the membership, you can make a request that you want to see whatever type of look you would like for me to do. $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. We're going to take this shade. What shade did I just say? This one. I know, Dawn. Subscribe and join the membership. Actually, tomorrow's look is a request that we're doing. And this is actually a recreation of a 1920s Smokey look. But I am glad you're here, and I'm going to tell you why. When I do shorts, people will comment on the short. And I'm like, if they were to watch the video or the live stream, they will understand why I did what I did. I'm doing this because I'm recreating a 1920s Smokey look. So there is a reason. And so when people watch shorts and they say stuff, I'm like, yeah, I encourage you to watch the video because then you'll understand what the purpose was. But yes, Dawn, I know. Join the membership and make a request. Well, Sonya, everybody don't read. And you know what I was telling you before, how you're welcome, Alexandria. Some people just scroll through their vertical feed. And they'll just see something, they'll stop a few seconds and then keep scrolling. So they're not reading. They're not staying, for the long haul. And they're definitely not listening. Well, I can't say that, they might be. I don't know. But and I know I say in the beginning like what we're doing. But once I get started, I don't always backtrack. But yeah, it's in the title, but I need to play more with this palette. This one or the Xenon? I forget what number look this is with Xenon. You know what, y'all? I like how that blended. I like how it blended out, because at first it was like, I look like I got hit in the face with a baseball. I like it. Yeah, so if you're still here, no snarkiness intended. Subscribe and join the membership and make a request. I'm being good, y'all. And you know what I'm thinking about now? And I'm thinking back to Jen Love's live stream yesterday. And I did catch the replay. That 2026 is going to be a year of just wearing whatever you want to wear. I'm like, we've been doing that. But that's one of them things. That's one of them situations right there. Is people just want to stay in whatever box they're in. And when they see something different, it's like, you shouldn't do that. Why? Why? Why should I not do what I want to do with the makeup I paid for and that I'm applying on my channel that you decided to stop by? And I wonder sometimes, like, do they think it's gonna hurt my feelings or something? Y'all know me, my feelings ain't easily hurt, so I'm just like, whatever. But that's what makes it funny and sad that it needs to be a trend for people to wear what they want to wear, how they want to wear it. And it's funny because that's what we do. But it is sad. Y'all, this ain't black though. We're gonna take another hourglass of a toothbrush. Not yes, she did. We're gonna take this black because this is definitely a black. What else has a black in it from Natasha? The dramatic palette has a nice black. But since we're in here, we're gonna put this on. Not yet, because she mentioned something that they're packing and decluttering, and she was saying that, don't quote me word for word, she was saying that she doesn't do videos for her declutters because she says she feels icky about it. It's less blue than this side, but that's this shade right here. And I do believe she said that she's connected with places that she can donate stuff to, but the places I donate to, well, first of all, for Eclectic Beauty, I only accept new stuff. Oh, it's new. I only swatched it. It ain't new. No. And I don't even promote Eclectic Beauty anymore because I felt some kind of way, which I really shouldn't have. All I asked when I would drop stuff off is when you have a turnover, because each shelter is like a time limit you can be there. And it might be like 4 months, 3 months. And then, somebody might come and then go back to their abuser. And then, a new person will come in. And all I asked is when you have a turnover or new people come in, just let me know so I can bring more stuff. They never do. And I'm just like, why do I have to like beg you to help me give you free stuff for the people who are here? And when I do drop off stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, like they really love this and they feel seen and appreciated. Okay, so help me help you and the people that you serve. Why do I have to just pop up every 4 or 5 months to hear, oh, you haven't been here in a while? Yeah, well, nobody never called me. So it's just, and I know that's not a good attitude to have because when you give stuff, you want to just give stuff. But it's just like, can you help me help you? And don't say, oh, I haven't been here in a while, when all I ask is that when new people come in, you call me because I will bring stuff here. You're 15 minutes away, and then they don't. Going back to the shade. So that's the situation with that. So I don't even advertise it anymore and I still do get stuff in every now and then I'll be like, damn, I gotta go over there. And I am a giver. Y'all know I'm a giver. Y'all know that. So that's not the thing. But it's just help me help you. And it's always in the colder months, October, November, they start sending out solicitations. And I'm like, so you only do this once a year. I do this all year round. And covering the gap, we do this all year round. So it's just like, and I'm sure it's just because of how I do things. I'm not going to just give during the Thanksgiving and Christmas season. I'm going to give all year round. And so that too is kind of like, you have people that's here all year round, but you only want to solicit for stuff. Thank you, After Dark. Oh, you snuck in on me. How are you today, tonight, or this morning? I say that way because we do have people that watch from overseas. We're going to take this same... No, we're not. Because this is supposed to be about this palette. That does look less blue, but it's still blue. Why all these got to be blue? We're going to take this shade with another one of those brushes. Excuse me. And we're going to take this. This is Snert, which Alicia Archer looked it up when this palette first came out. And she said, Snert, excuse me, is a mixture of snow and dirt. Y'all, why are we under another winter advisory? Are we supposed to have Saw my neighbor at the mailbox. Well, we saw each other leaving out of our apartments, the one that lives right next door. And so I dumped trash and went to the mailbox, and then hear him and his person, they come pulling up in their car. He's like, see, like we're both doing the same thing today. And I'm like, yeah, and who's following who though? And I said, did you hear we're under winter weather advisory? He said, yeah, we're supposed to get 14 to 16 inches of snow. I said, that means we'll get about 4. Delaware either gets close to none or slammed. And I do believe it's because we're on a peninsula. So we either get slammed or we get just like rain. 20s makeup in the 20s. Love that. Thank you. And this is a Smokey look. I looked up pictures, and so I do have it pulled up over here. But yeah, this is like super punch me in the eye or hit me in the face with a baseball type of look. And it does look this graphic. This is pulled out a little bit more, so I'm thinking we're going to pull this out on the ends. But yeah, it's super graphic. I love it. I'm like, this is what we're doing. So this is still snert. So snert is a mixture of snow and dirt, says Alicia Archer. I used to donate to Haven. When I use their services, they really don't want a lot of traffic because the clientele they serve, women that are either in or left the domestic violence situation. Yeah, and that's what one of these places are. And it's sad in a way because she said sometimes they'll stay a few days and then go right back. And how I take that is because it's familiar to them. It's familiar. And the other one, they is for moms and kids. And so it is sad when they go back and they got kids. So it's like, but yeah. And the thing is, if you Google, like you can find them looking on the internet. So it's not a secret. But what do I have? Oh, that's that one. We're gonna take this shade and put this under our brow. This one in the shelter. Like it was kind of, oh, okay. Yeah, they actually live there. The one where they took kids, that was more short term than the one where, actually they both took kids. The other one took kids too. The moms with the kids. Because one lady, when I went to drop stuff off, she was showing me some like kids clothing and kids toys that had just been donated. And I'm thinking, why is she showing me this stuff? I'm just here to drop off toiletries and makeup. But she was like, oh, well, we got this. And I'm just like, I just came to drop stuff off. Like I didn't plan on staying, but I appreciate it. And some lady came in with her kid. Well, she was already there at the shelter, but she was coming down to the office for something. Her baby just kept staring at me and started smiling at me and put their arms out. I'm like, I'm not holding you, little girl, little boy. You in your mama's arms, right where you should be. And the worker was like, oh, she really likes you. I'm like, mm-hmm. Y'all, I'm a kid magnet. The kid was like, and I'm like, no. I'm backing away slowly. Like, I'm not going to pick you up. You in your mama's arms. Why you want to come over to some stranger? That's what got me. You in your mama's arms. And you putting your arms out to a stranger. What's up with that? I was just like, I'm thinking you're in the safest place possible. What happened to stranger danger? You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. And the mom turned around and the kid kept turning around to see me. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, what do they see? What do they see? That they were just enthralled with, whatever way the mom turned, if the kid couldn't see me, the kid would twist around so they could watch me. And I'm just like, let me see all the protection I got with me. Kids and babies consider good people and bad people, says Alexandria. Yeah, they was trying to get to me, and I just kept backing up. And they're just like, I'm like, okay, I ain't playing with you. Okay, we're gonna. I was just like, oh no, I'm friendly. I ain't that damn friendly. And the same with pets. I'm allergic. Them shits be rubbing up on my legs, and I'd be like, excuse me, like to the owner. I'd be like, excuse me. Oh, they're harmless. I have allergies and asthma, and I do not need to have their fur on my clothes. And then it gets in my car, because I don't travel with a lint brush. You know, I don't want to have a fur in my car. I'm just like, can you come get your animal? This is a groundwork tank top. Keep your children's and your pets the heck away from me. And I am a magnet. I'm just like, oh. So for all of my rough and tough without my Afro puffs, I'm really a mush, is what it sounds like. It's like, what is happening here? Oh, shoot. We're going to take Sposh, even though we know Sposh ain't black, it's blue. But since all of this is friggin' blue, I'm going to wipe this brush off because I want to use this. Do I want to use that one? We already wiped it off. This microfiber cloth over here is looking crazy. I remember from one of your videos, Tanya, you were saying that your microfiber cloth comes in handy. I forget what you were using it for. So we're going to take Sposh, this shade here. And we're going to put that. Do I need a different brush? We're going to put that right where we just put the base. These colors are so different. Wiping off your brushes. Yeah. I love them. Ooh. Members who are here, any suggestions for next Monday's live? Since I'm going to change it, we're not going to do the IG collab because this will serve for that. But then the options were, this ain't going to work for that. No, actually, Michelle's look, I was saying will work for that because it picked the purple because she thought they were all purples. And I said, actually, this one on the bottom is purple. The other one's are blues. But because they do look so close, and one of the colors is blue. No, it's purple. Wait a minute. What is it? Purple, blue, or something. One other color was our choice. That's nice. So any ideas, members, for Monday's live? Because y'all know I'll think of something anyway. But I just don't feel like thinking. I kept waking up earlier. And during my wake-ups is when I was replying to messages. One of my wake-ups, I dumped my trash and took my mail just in case we do get hit with a blizzard. So I said, let me do that now. Because I was going to get up at like 6 o'clock and go do that. But then I'm like, I'm laying here on my phone. Let me just get up and go. So I dumped the trash and checked the mail. If this was not a recreation, I would do a white liner. I would do a white liner for my upper lash line. But this ain't that look. And I don't even think it'll make a difference if I put a black on my upper lash line. Since it's so friggin' blue. Where I'm going to thrive, that's nice, is the lip. Because this is just like, okay, you got a black eye. And that's what her inside here is lighter than mine. And I was surprised that this color came off as dark as it did, like right here. Was that or Mario? Not Mario. Damn. Love of my life, Hung Mango. Excuse me. I love the shade for once, like they're the same and in the same place. Yeah, hers smoked out more than mine. Because mine is just super dark all the way. I'm going to take this brush and we're going to take Flurry. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take Flurry. This is a light gray. It's a light gray. I know it's looking white. It's a light gray. That's the downfall of this technology. Advantages of having a member. I want to see. I already have an idea for a Valentine's look. Okay, this is more realistic. So this is Night Sky. That's blue all over the lid. And then Sposh was the one we put on not too long ago. That was the outer corner. I mean, the peak, that's Sposh. This is Snert. And this is Flurry. I don't know if I want to use Flurry now that I'm looking at it. We're going to take that and just see what happens. Maybe I should leave the lighting like this, but then you see shadows from the actual tripod. I am going to do an anti-Valentine's Day look. Michelle also requested one. She said she's going to send me a picture. She said she's going to IGDM me a picture because she wants me to do Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. But I already had planned that I'm still going to do an anti-Valentine's Day look. Probably do something grungy. Valentine's Day look. Purple and red. And her Queen of Hearts ones, I'm going to do that in February, closer to Valentine's Day. All right, let me write that down before I keep on going with this look. Today is the 21st. Skinny come back swinging. She's like, that's right, I'm back. Damn it. So you actually want like a frilly Valentine look. Y'all know I ain't frilly. Pink and red for everything. I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. Ugh. I love you, Skinny Queen. Plus hearts. Oh, I have heart gems, Skinny Queen. I am going to post in my community tab one of my troll play looks where I did a heart face. Of course, it was asymmetrical, which I love, and that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite troll plays. That they can't just be off now. They still getting the work out of us even right there. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, remote work. Yeah. You came back swinging for real, for real. So we're going to take this one. I think it's going to be too light, though. Or Blizzard. All of these light shades look the same under bright lights. This looks a little bit more gray in person. This looks more like a wet cement color. I know y'all saying keep the light off probably, but I just don't like seeing all them shadows. We're going to take Blizzard. And the reason, oh, wow. The reason I'm doing this is because hers is more of a fade. Hers is more of a fade out where mine is just dark. Which I do like. I don't know if I like this. And in like 3 minutes from now, I'll be like, oh, that's so cute. It looks like a mistake. Alexandria. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Alexandria. Oh my gosh. The Crazy Troll Nation official troll kin is expanding. Thank you so much. And of course, you know you get to make a request. And it doesn't have to be makeup. It can be a topic to talk about. Okay, what's throwing me off is, you know what, is that it looks like it's a mistake because this is different than this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just put some of this right here. This was a good brush for this purpose. And we're just going to feather in. Okay. But then when I turn a certain way, you can't tell. Thank you, Skinny Queen. Okay. I'm just shocked, y'all, that I got the points to see. Tanya, okay, I'd love for you to recreate the eye look Janet Jackson is wearing in the Don't Really Matter video, the look she's wearing during the dance routine. Send me a picture. Either text it to me, IG, DM it, or put it on the community tab. Yeah, it did, because I was doing what I was doing, and then I saw well, it probably shows up the same for y'all, the block of green, and I was thinking it was something like, for members sometimes, it'll show, like, Dawn's been a member, 1,322 months or something like that. So I assumed it was one of those, and then when I actually read it, I'm like, oh, welcome. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I looked up and saw the name. So yeah, that took me a minute. Oh man, that's exciting. I never thought that though, because it's like, you know what it is though? It's like you're always here. And so I'm just glad you're here. And so I never, and I can say this honestly, I never feel like this person just needs to join. Who was it I was teasing they needed to join? It was one person, and it really was me just teasing. I wasn't serious. But I don't ever think like so and so needs to join, except when people come in and say, don't do this or that. Okay, you need to join so you can make your request for me to do my makeup how you think I should do it. But other than that, like with y'all, I don't ever think, okay, they need to join. I know I teased. Who was it I was teasing back a while ago that they needed to join? I don't know if it was Tanya or Dawn or somebody. But yeah, I never sit and think like, some that looks more blue. Yo, this is nuts. This is nuts. I'm gonna put some right here. We can already come off of this because once we do the lips, we'll be done. And I only put that there, like here, because hers is more faded, where mine's is just smoky. Mine's is just straight smoky. I was gonna say black, but it's blue. Yo, that's going. I'm not even gonna say it's disappointed. I do hope as I use it, just like the other one started looking black, I am hoping that is nice because I can see where it looks a lighter blue and then the darker blue from where, what shade is that? Blizzard is versus where that is. Wow. I'm digging this. I am really digging it. And so for those who be like, I only get 2 looks out of that palette, gotta do something different. I did 5 looks before I switched it up. Some of them was busted and some of them was nice. I remember the one where the lid was light and I did like a black line under the arch and winged it out. And for upper lash line liner, I winged it out. So you had like these 2 wings and all in here, which is really like, that was pretty. Dark blue is better, says Haywood. Now you won't get kicked out of member. Yeah, so who had just said all of that? Yeah, send me a wait a minute, that wasn't Tanya. Yeah, Janet. Yeah, Janet Jackson, send me a picture. All right, so let's do the lip and then we'll be done. Y'all, this is just so dark. Like, it's not much color differentiation, which is why, thank you, Joe, which is why I am liking that we put this color, because then it just made it look a lighter blue. So there is some differentiation and it's not all just super dark, but y'all know I do like it dark anyway. I do like that we put that strip of lightness under here. If I wanted to punk it out, I would put a white liner, but that's not the look. And I'm going to put black just to make it look darker. But I do like it. I do like it. So you can get different looks from palettes that look like this. Grayscale palettes, just gotta do something different. It does look like she contoured her nose, but she has a thin nose anyway. Dion was the one you were teasing with the drawing. It wasn't Alexandria though. Who was it? Oh, you said you were the one. Cause you're very, what's the word? You're very much in the moment, which I love. And so you would say stuff like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, you need to join. I don't know, Janet. I don't know. I don't think it was you. It might have been Skinny Queen said it was me. I think it was Skinny Queen. I don't think it was you, Janet. Like, that doesn't feel right. But it's feeling like, yeah, it was Skinny Queen. And I think it's because she's so off the cuff, which is great. Like, she'll just say stuff. And I'm like, you need to join. I could see that happening. Like, her just saying stuff with me, being like, you need to join. But I don't think that was you, Janet. I remember I told you a timeline. And you know what you did? Somebody else did too, and I forgot. I forgot you and whoever else it was that said that. Because I really don't be like, so-and-so, except Skinny Queen, need to join. And when people say they are, I'm just like, oh, okay. And then I kind of just forget about it. Because there are more important things happening in the world than joining a YouTube membership. That did not show up. I see some differentiation over here, but not much. We are going to wing it out. Why? Because it ain't going to show up. I know. Yo, this look is super dark. Yo, this person on Instagram, I forget their Instagram name, and I do have a habit of going to their profile to see what their name is so that I can address them by name. So, like, say Janet's Instagram was not Janet, and it was like beautiful Texan gal. And I go to her page and then it says Janet. If she left me a comment, oh, that's really pretty, I would say, thank you, Janet. I like to call people by name because for me, I feel like, and it maybe it does or maybe it doesn't, but I feel like that's me acknowledging that I see you, not just your comment, but I see you. And so I do like to call people by name. And so their name is Mere, Mere. I forget what their Instagram handle is. They do a lot of industrial type looks, like the shapes and the designs and all of this stuff. And I always do like really like their looks because they're so different. Again, going back to 2020, people can wear what they want. Look, if you know where to find your peoples, you will find them. So people I look at, they do different stuff. And they messaged me saying, well, not saying, but asking if I would like to do a collab with them in February. And I was so giddy, y'all. I was just like, because I don't think about, oh, I can collab with this person, that person. I used to be like that. But then I kind of got disillusioned because of how some people are in the beauty sphere here on YouTube. And so somewhere along the line, I stopped being like, oh, I like what they do. Maybe we can collab. And so, but when they asked me, I was so giddy because I really do like their looks, just the different shapes they do, the different colors and all of that. So I am excited. And they said, I'm not sure about their pronouns. When in doubt, I say they're them. They said they would try and think of something. Meanwhile, if I think of something, to let them know. But I am so excited because I love their looks. And this is showing up a lot more than I thought it was, but it's showing up on the wing, but not up here. But I was so excited because I had never thought about it. Like, oh, that'd be a nice person to collab with. And I don't know if it's because I do the Creative Art with Heart collab, and then this long ass title, Monochromatic Months collab. Excuse me. And so, and even with that, it's a collective. If you want to participate, you do. Whereas this is like, would you like to collab with me? I was just like, yes, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. And I kind of don't know what to suggest though, because we are going to still do more of period looks. Our next one is going to be a 1930s look. And then with those two open collabs, and then with member requests, it's like I'm like fresh out of ideas here. But you still have Big Trouble Gonna Win. Joe, the last 2 years, 2024, me and Janessa said we're going to perfect our wing. And we carried that over for 2025. And so times like now, I'm like, I don't have that accidental swoosh. Because remember, I would just follow my eye shape and I would come under where this pocket is. And you see where even where my wrinkles go up, I would just follow that curve. And that's how I would end up with that accidental swoosh. Because I was just following my eye shape. So it took me conscious effort to be like, just go straight. And so times like now, I'm like, Dion did the damn thing. Yeah, she did. But it took me conscious effort because I had to think about, why do I always do this accidental swoosh? And then I realized I was just following my wrinkles. You can see it over here too. It just goes right here. Right here. It goes right up here. This little dip right here. And so I really had to pay attention. Hey, Blessed, how are you? Thank you so much. And so I really had to, like, why do I keep doing that? And so then I was looking one time and I'm like, you know what? You're going under that pocket. So I had to be like, okay, let's get out of that habit. I still get the accidental swoosh sometimes. But this, them shit just straight. So I'm like, oh, wow. This is where I would like to have used the black on my inner rims, but every black I've ever used my inner rims irritated my lids, and so now I don't anymore. So the closest I get is that dark brown from NYX. All right, y'all. Y'all, this is some smoke right here. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I used to love that when he did that. Lip. Lip, 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 lip. Wipe off some lip oil. Ow! Why is this so hard on the end? The hell? What is wrong with this lipstick applicator? That one side was really pokey. And I don't even use the tip. I use the side of it. Like, what the hell? Feels like there's a piece of plastic on this side or something. We're going to get to it. So last week, which I failed at, was the 1920s look. I just came on and did what I wanted to do. It was in my mind to do that look. And because of just where my head was, I did what I wanted to do. So I was thinking if I want to circle back, but I'm not. And so because I had saw the regular 1920s looks and the Smokey 1920s looks, I said, we'll do 2 1920s looks. So next we're going to do the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then 2000s. So we're going to work our way up. And those may or may not be done on Thursdays. But next Thursday, I already scheduled something else. And I don't remember what it was. I think all your looks come out good. Oh, Alexandra, thank you. They fit my personality aesthetic. Yeah, wacky as hell. We love the accidental swoosh. Sometimes it makes you more... Sometimes makes me make a more creative shape. I agree, because it is like, who's going to do that but me? You know what I mean? But I do get what you're saying. It was like something different and not quite a graphic liner, but just a little something, something. So I do get what you're saying. I appreciate that. You always have a problem trusting the process. If it starts looking wild, I worry. Look, Alexandria, you are now an official troll kin. Rock whatever you want to rock. Just do it. Just do it. And we don't scrap looks here. We're going to double down and we're going to make it work. And so how they say, fake it till you make it, which doesn't always work for everything. But if you don't like a look, how it's coming out, just keep working at it until it turns into something you like. Because I do that quite often. I'm like, let's just try this and see what happens. So anytime when I'm like, usually when I'm like, let's just do this and see what happens, that's me not really liking it. So let's just try something else just to see if I like it. You know what I mean? And so even though it may look like I know what I'm doing, sometimes I'm like, oh. Like when this was all blue. This is Caviar from MAC. Just wear it and rock it. We do not scrap looks. Y'all held me to that too. Hello, hi. I don't want to mispronounce your name. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Ayana? I should know that. I have a niece with that name. Hi, Ayana. Welcome from Alabama. Oh, y'all. Now we're 53 minutes and some seconds. Like clockwork. It just circled. I had no idea we were here that long. We tell others on to... You know what? They can tell me what to do if they join the membership, because then they get to make a request. Like that person earlier. Join and then you tell me what you want me to do and I will do it. Yeah, we don't scrap looks. We don't scrap it. We are not wiping it off. We're going to double down, triple down till we get something that we like. And you can tell that's my whole soul, because I got loud. And I'm still loud. Let me calm down. And another person too, Janessa, she'll be like, yeah, let's just put this on. Like we going to double down. We're going to double down. And we were destined to be friends. I'm a troll and she's a hooker clown. Yeah, so just double down. And also, I'm still talking loud. Look what I just did. Also, some of it is confidence. And I had to learn and practice just saying thank you. Because people would say, I'd be out somewhere. Every single time I go out with makeup on, I get compliments. Every single time. So when people be like, oh, when I wear Pat McGrath, I always get compliments. I'm like, that's the only time? I get compliments every time I go out with makeup. Like, where are you at? But anyway. You almost got it. Ayana. Is that it? You got confidence. You just need to well, not need to. What am I thinking to say without messing up this lip line? You have confidence. You just need to let it out. I had to learn to practice Ayana. And you know what's funny, Ayana? My niece one time, she was saying to me, because it's spelled the same way as yours. So I was like, why do I have a brain fart and can't pronounce it? She said that one time she asked her mom, now this is already when she was in her 20s. So I'm just like, girl. She asked her mom, she said, I asked my mom, is my name Ayana or Ayana? And her mom told her, ask her dad. And I said, really, it could be what you wanted to be. Ayana. Yeah, so she didn't know. And before I changed my name was spelled Deborah, Deborah, but I was raised being called Deborah, which is Debra. And so sometimes this is accent or where you are. And I remember a while ago on one of Ellen shows, Rihanna was on the show, and Ellen asked her Cupid's bow was way more pronounced than mine. But she does have smaller lips than me though too. She said, how do you pronounce your name? And Rihanna said, well, it's Rihanna, depending on your accent. And Ellen was like, no. When you go home, because we know she's from the islands, she said, how do they pronounce your name over there? And she kind of looked at her and was like, and then she said, Rihanna. So her name is pronounced Rihanna. But all of us over here be like Rihanna. But she was like, it's just depending on your accent. And so I was glad that Ellen pushed her and was like, when you go home, how do they say it over there in your country? And they call her Rihanna. And so that's why now I make a point to say Rihanna and not Rihanna. And thank you for correcting me, because I don't use that word often, hate, because it is such a strong word, but I do hate mispronouncing people's names. So we're going on. Sometimes it is easier. I'll be like, just call me D. Like, this is just. What I would hate though is if I were to say, like if I'm at a conference or something somewhere before I change my name. Somebody's like, oh, hi, I'm George. You know, how are you? I'm like, hi, I'm Deborah. Nice to meet you. They're like, nice to meet you, Deb. That ain't how I introduce myself. I said my name is Deborah, so why are you saying Deb? And I just met you. So how you think you just gonna change my name? I hated that too. I call people by what they want to be called. If I introduce myself as Deborah, why are you saying Deb? So you're just gonna change my whole shit? Just no. And oh man, what dude was like? He wanted to tell me fix your face. Sometimes I'm good at controlling it, and other times it just rises up. And then I don't say anything because I don't trust what's going to come out of my mouth. Oh, I know, because I didn't, well, no, I didn't know. I do know I don't remember seeing your name in here before. So I am glad that you're chatting with us, because sometimes people come and go and don't say anything, but I'm glad that you're here and that you are chatting with us. Yeah, and then I'll just end up walking away because I don't trust what's going to come out of my mouth. And especially like at a conference or something, I'm here in a professional capacity. So I don't want to just go buck wild street ghetto on you in this environment. You know what I'm saying? How they say you can take the girl out the ghetto, can't take the ghetto out the girl. You don't want to see that side. Oh, what I was saying, yeah, that dude from, he was like, I wanted to tell you fix your face. I hear you, because and the thing is, I really thought my face was, he was like, no. He was like, I was like, damn it, because I really thought it was straight. He was like, I want to take it. So there's times when I think it's neutral, and it'd be like, Yeah, I'll be like, say it again, LOL. I hear Samuel Jackson pull those faces. Say it again. Right? I remember I be having flashbacks talking to y'all. Actually community college. Before I even transferred to the 4-year school for my undergrad. Ugh! This one teacher. Ugh, and even now I had the heebie jeebies. She would be passing out papers. And I could see the wet print from her thumb. And I was sitting there and I was like, I was watching her because she was coming down the line I was in, sitting at the desk. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the paper and I see the wet thumbprint. And when she got closer to me, she was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I said, well, I'm watching you lick your thumb on the paper and then giving it to the person and there's a wet print. And she was like, oh. So the paper she had went like that, where she put on the bottom and she said, here, just take one. I was like, thank you. Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. So you just put your spit on paper and give it to people. Here you go. And I was like, she was like, what's the matter? So that's when I knew my face talks for me, because I didn't realize I was like, because then I'm thinking she's getting closer and closer to my desk and she's going to lick her finger, put her spit on the paper and give it to me. So I was just like, she was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh shit. So when I told her, she was like, oh. So she put that one at the bottom and said, here, just take one. So I was like, thank you. Sometimes people don't realize. So what I was saying, Alexandria, and you want to lick the paper and give it to somebody and got your wet thumbprint on it. Ugh! I got my own spit. I don't need yours. Your husband says it's nice as I am. My face says it all. And I did get good at it throughout my clinical career, because people tell you stuff and you just got to be like, oh, tell me more. And inside you're like, what the fuck? So Alexandria, I didn't have to, but I made it a point. This is beyond mascara, even though it ain't gonna make a difference, I don't think. I wanted to learn and practice just saying thank you. And this is makeup related. Because every time, for years, every single freaking time I wear makeup, oh, your makeup is pretty. And I would be like, yeah, but I don't like how my eyeliner turned out. Or, oh, your lipstick is pretty. Yeah, I got the line crooked. And they'd be like, what are you talking about? And the look they would give me was like, what is she talking about? Looks fine to me. That's my interpretation of the look they would give me. And so I realized, make it a point to just say thank you. Because if somebody's saying they like something, why am I pointing out all the stuff I don't like? You know what I mean? And so I'm sharing that with you in particular, even though this is like a collective here, is just accept it. When you get a compliment, work on just accepting it. And I am a lot better at it. Because sometimes I know for sure my makeup be jacked the fuck up. The person that gave me this, who said, quote, I don't give a shit about makeup. I don't give a fuck about makeup. They gave me this. My shit could be busted to high heavens. And she'll be like, oh, that looks nice. And I'll be like, thank you. And in my mind, I'm like, that's because she don't wear makeup. Like, my shit be looking fucked up sometimes. And she'd be like, oh, that's really nice. I'll be like, but I didn't have to, but I wanted to learn and practice when I get a compliment on my makeup, regardless of what I think it looks like, just to say thank you. And so that is something I would like for you to work on, just saying thank you. And what was crucial to me is not only just saying thank you, but accepting it and still not thinking, oh, thank you. And then I'm like, yeah, but in my mind, oh, my liner's jacked up, my lip line's crooked. So just doing away with that whole mindset, just saying thank you and just accepting it and just leaving it right there and not still thinking, oh, well, this is messed up, that's messed up, this messed up. No, just saying thank you and accepting that it's okay. And that was a journey for me for sure, because I don't always like my looks, or there's something about the look I don't like. And people be like, what do you mean? we can be our own worst critic, for sure. Excuse me. Are you from New York or New Jersey? You sound like you're from up north. Born and raised in Camden, New Jersey. My undergrad, I did get from New York. I was on Long Island. But prior to that, which I sometimes forget about, I think it's when I was 18, I was in Job Corps up in Callicoon, New York. I didn't even know there was a Callicoon, New York, and that's up in the mountains. And people from there thought I was from one of the 5 boroughs. And I think it was my attitude, because I always had an attitude like, excuse me? Like, I was always just no nonsense. And people be like, where are you from? Or they would say, what part of New York you're from? I'm like, I'm not. I'm from Central New Jersey. They would be like, for real? But usually it was because of my attitude. After I finished my undergrad, I did live in Central Islip for about a year or so. But yeah. My attitude has always been like, excuse me? The hell you say? Y'all, I've always been a mess. And that's one reason my circle is so small. Because if you're sensitive, we ain't gonna get along. Because I'm gonna say what I feel. And I did learn in my mid-20s, early 30s to just kind of soften what I say. Because as blunt as I am now, I was more blunt then. And I didn't care if I hurt people's feelings. And then somewhere in my late 20s, I realized I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so I learned to just kind of, and then say it. Because in my mind, I'm trying to think of how to reframe it. Hey, Pam, thank you. Because in my mind, I'm trying to reframe it to where it won't maybe sound as offensive. Because I'm going to still say what I feel, but just changing the wording so that they're not like, damn, she just crushed me for a week. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah. So after being up there for a while, and on Long Island, I remember when I would come home on breaks, my mom hated it. She hated it, Ayana. Because I didn't realize I was doing it. You know, he talk how he talk. And she would be like, can you please stop dropping the G's off the end of your words? I'm like, huh? Can you enunciate better? What? Because I didn't realize I had started doing that. But she hated it. Can you stop dropping the G's off your words? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, that right there, huh? You added the clip of the look to your community post. The Janet Jackson request. Okay. Oh, man. You say that one more time? In English, please? Yeah, 10 minutes now. Yeah. I had to make a conscious effort to do that too. Because I like to say I can't help, but to be honest, like how I feel is how I feel. And even if I think, like if you ask me a question, and I know you're not going to like the answer, I still feel how I feel, and I'm not going to lie about it. And so what I started doing was, if somebody say, well, what do you think about such and such? If I had a feeling that my answer was going to hurt, I would say, do you really want to know what I think? Yeah, I want to know. Are you sure you want to know what I think? Yeah. Are you absolutely sure? So I say it 3 different ways. Are you absolutely sure? And by then they're like, wait a minute, like what? Like what? Why do you keep asking me that? And then sometimes they'll say no, never mind. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, I really want to know. But I've learned that yeah, some stuff is gonna hurt. So do you really want to know? Because you can back out and take that question back. Is that gray and black? I still haven't got my new glasses. The lip liner or the eye look? The eye look is supposed to be black, but it's blue. This is the main color on the lid, and that showed up blue as hell. But the brows, definitely. The eyeliner, upper lash line, definitely. And the lip liner, And the lipstick is definitely black. Sometimes we use filters when we talk because there's a way to say what we want without being brash but firm. And that's what I had to learn. Because when I was younger, I didn't give a shit. I did not care. And I'd be like, if that hurt your feelings, oh well, you'll get over it or you don't. But then, you know, in my late 20s, I'm like, I don't want to be like that. Like that's not cool. And so I had to learn to just reframe it. I'm still say how I feel, but just say it in a different way where it's more easily acceptable, it's more palatable. And they'll hear me versus, why the fuck you say that? They really would like just listen and think. But yeah, it took me, it took a lot of work. And sometimes now, I'll just be like, because I really don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I actually do care. Where when I was younger, I didn't give a shit. And y'all heard my life story. I was too busy trying to survive to care about somebody's feelings. I'm just like, But once I got somewhat stable, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be like that. But my life was shit. So I ain't have many feelings for anything else because I was just trying to survive. Her peak is very much more pronounced. But we're going to leave it like that because that is still definitely a peak. The famous, like, yep, my favorite lip color. Somebody, I don't want to say I dislike it. When people watch shorts and they comment on a short, you're seeing 30 seconds, 40 seconds of a look. And they have an opinion. Oh, I'd love to see that look. With a black mascara. It was a look where I used the white one. If they would have watched the video, they would know why I did what I did. And so I would usually be like, oh, well, thank you for commenting and watching the short. I invite you to watch the video, which is where I explain why the look is the way it looks. And y'all know black is my favorite lipstick color. When somebody would say, oh, you should have wore a lighter lipstick. Say, thank you for your perspective. Fun fact, black is my favorite lipstick color. And no, I don't put emojis. Fun fact. My favorite lipstick color is black. Fun fact. Favorite lipstick color is black. Okay. I be tripping. People live up to the comment. Even when they should say. I mean, the thing is that people forget that it's a preference. Is this what color you like is I was going to mess with the Cupid's bow. I'm not. People forget that it's a preference. Just because you think I should wear a lighter lip, that doesn't think I think I should wear a lighter lip. Like I'm wearing a black because I want to. Anyway, so this is this is my Smokey 1920's look, y'all. I am loving how we got the point, we got the straight liner, the lip. Was that an impulse moment? It was, because I wanted to do more. I wanted to accentuate the Cupid's bow, and I'm like, you know, let's just. And Janet knows I'm practicing restraint. Just, I don't have to always do all the things I want to keep doing. Just at some point, just stop. We've been here over 2 hours. Just stop. So both of them was smoky eye looks, thin brows. One had a black lip. One had a black liner with the red lip. They both had pop and blush. I'm so cute. And Alexandra, know that you are fine too, girl. Have those moments where you just be like, damn, I look good. What? It's getting hot in here. Okay, wait, I need my fan. Because I am hot. I am smoking. You have those moments. Tell yourself you look good. Damn it. Because us trolls is freaking adorable. You're welcome, Alexandra. And those are things I had to, well, I didn't have to, but those are things that I made it a purpose and a commitment to learn, to do. And after doing it, after a while, it becomes easier to do it as you keep doing it. Thank you, Janet. This, it ain't black. And you can tell it ain't black. Look at the lipstick and look at the eyeshadow. Why Natasha playing that blue shadow saying it's black? Walk past the mirror, and I'm like, damn, I'm fine. Exactly. Just like sometimes I'm doing the look, and I'll just look and be like I did just now, like, damn, you look good. Like, and that's a genuine moment because I'm looking at what I'm doing, the details, what I'm doing. But then when I look at the whole picture, I'd be like, damn, my eyes are looking very brown today. I'm being goofy. Yeah, that just caught me too. Like, I'll just like look at the whole picture and be like, dag. Sometimes I wonder if my eyes are hazel, but I don't think so because they never look like greenish. But they're looking very brown today, like very light brown today. You look smoky and smoldering. Ooh. Tell me more. The blue does bring out the brown. That's why back in the day, which you remember, Tanya, Buxom Inside Eyeliner. That's what it was called. It was sapphire blue. That was the only liner I would use for inner realms. And it was called Inside Eyeliner because it was for your inner realms. And yeah, people be like, oh, I love that blue liner that you use. Because I would think people can't see it, but they were like, that blue liner you have is really nice. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But yeah, Pam says I love the black and burgundy lipsticks. Yeah, this is the darkest, of course, and this is the next darkest. I wish they had some more dark colors, but this is really pretty too. But black is my favorite. But yeah, this is me. Yeah, black lipstick. I used to have eyeshadow closet according to eye color. And I do know that that chick that did my makeup and used the black and had all the fallout, talking about you always going to have fallout with dark shade. Where? Did y'all? No. It's your technique and or the brush you're using. But she only wears colors that accentuate her eye color. And like, who told you you have to do that? Just wear whatever you want to freaking wear. But yeah, blue does bring out brown. Yeah, my eyes are looking like very light brown. Sometimes they look dark. But we're going to go, y'all, because I'm just babbling at this point. Thank you, Alexandria. Official troll Ken. She done came in the house, pulled up a chair, and sat down. And I appreciate that. And thank you, Ayana, for being here. You are such a joy. And y'all are just amazing. Yes, and Alexandra, what Skinny Queen said, walk past the mirror, look at yourself, and be like, damn, you look good. Like, damn, you fine. This makeup is bomb. That confidence, you know? And I had to learn that. I didn't have to, but I made a point to practice what I preach too. Yeah, Skinny Queen came back swinging. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. And Shari Bear, first request, because members here do get to make requests. And so what are we doing for Monday? What are we doing for Monday? I'm going to post it on the community tab. Or I'll just move something somewhere. Not them hands. You're going to catch them bows. What? All right, yeah, we're going to go because I am like being really silly right now. Yeah, you did. She came back swinging. Yep. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you so much. We are going to go. Thank you to the replay crew. You already know that y'all rock. And it makes me giggle every time Janessa says that. She's like, thank you, replay crew. You know y'all rock. I be like, oh. And it's funny to be, and it's cute to be like how we pick up each other singing. Like when I say, what is it that she says? Why you don't need, like I always have to clap when I say it because Grace always claps when she says it. And so we just kind of pick up each other's stuff and it just becomes part of who we are. And I think that is so cool. But we're going to go. Thank you, replay crew. Thank you for everybody that was here to watch this. Yo, I'm just like, they never come out like the same. Like they. So this is our Smokey 1920s makeup look. I am digging it. We are really going to go. We'll be back here tomorrow. I don't even know. Well, we have a video going up Friday and I believe Saturday. And we'll be back here live on Monday and Tuesday. And so I will see y'all then. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Bye. Because we look good over here at the Crazy